Why did it have to happen now? We go into two massive games today. A Europa League Quarter Final return against Getafe away in Spain with a narrow advantage. And an FA Cup semi-final against high-flying Leeds in the top four. But we've got a crucial injury. Yes, hello and welcome along to part 16 of Building Brighton with me, Daniel. We're hot on the heels, ready for FM23, but we've got a job to complete here. We are 6th in the Premier League with a couple of games in hand. We've got Europa League Quarter Final football tonight. We've got a 1-0 advantage heading our way to Spain. And then we try and defend our FA Cup crown with a semi-final against 4th place Leeds. The winner plays Liverpool or United in the final. Having said that, we've got a big injury to Karim Adeyemi, and he will miss both of these matches tonight. So how on earth are we going to get on? If you want to find out and you're looking forward to it, then please do chuck a thumbs up on the video. Subscribe for daily Football Manager content, including 2 episodes a day as soon as the FM23 beta's out. We'll have a giveaway. We've got new Christmas designs on the merchandise store. And of course, up in the eye above, you can find many of my FM23 save ideas, as well as our plans if you don't yet know what saves we're going to be doing. But thank you as always for coming along and watching. All of the other platform links are down in the description below. But we have got a big episode today, and it could end up being the penultimate one if these things don't go our way. So let's go and have a look at what's been happening since you were last with me, because we've played a fair few games off camera, and largely it's been pretty good. You were with me, of course, as we played Porto, Manchester United and Newcastle in a massive triple header last time. We then lost 3-1 away at Man City, Haaland doing what Haaland does. FM hadn't misjudged him at all, had they? Adeyemi only getting 1 to Haaland's 2 there. A quarter-final FA Cup win thanks to Leandro Trossard's penalty against Fulham. A 6-2 win at bottom of the table Blackburn in the Premier League. A late first half red card changed the game there at 1-1. 2 for Adeyemi, 2 for McAllister, and 1 each for Zakarian and Lamptey. And then a 1-0 win in the first leg of this Getafe game. Chris Mepham got the goal, a good one from a set piece. But now, without Adeyemi away from home, how are we going to compete? Let's go and find out. There's only one way to do so. I should mention as well, not that it's going to matter for the future, of course, but not a good youth intake this year. We got lucky with Tom Claridge, the first one. Nothing of that sort this time around. So let's go and get through to the fixtures. We've got horrible congestion in the Premier League. You saw we were 2 or 3 games behind everyone else. And it's because, rather weirdly, we had our weekend Premier League game removed, despite the fact it was 2 Thursday nights. So we've now got to play Liverpool, Arsenal and Leicester, all in midweeks next month. And we're going to have the worst run into the Premier League fixture list you could possibly imagine. So I'm not entirely confident we're actually going to make that top 4. But we have done one hell of a job here. And it goes back to our point about the AI being too easy. Hopefully that's corrected for next year's game. Some big sides left here. You've got Wolfsburg favourites against Copenhagen. Milan and United look to be on their way through. So you'd argue whoever comes through out of this tie is possibly the one everyone else will want to draw. We'll get through the tactical meeting. We've got to find a solution to Adeyemi's injury. We'll be back in a minute to run through the team that heads to Spain with a chance to make history. Well, in addition to our injury for Karim Adeyemi, we've also lost Jacob Murder as well. We've got March and Kelvin, the backup wing-backs, just coming back from knocks. But this squad depth is starting to struggle now as we look towards the end of the season. And with that fixture congestion in the Premier League, it might yet be an issue. Some of the first teamers improving though, and we did say when we signed Adam Hlozek this summer, it was to give us some depth and strength up front. Well, he's got one hell of a chance to prove himself in these next 2 matches. The rest of the side is as follows. We've got Dominik Livakovic in goal. Veltman, Dunk and last week heroes Mepham stays in to the back 3. That means Webster drops down to the bench. Lamptey and Cucurella the wing-backs with Basuma and Berger at centre midfield. What a signing Sander Berg's proved to be as well. Zakarian, he's starting to shine as well, alongside McAllister behind Adam Hlozek. With it being an inexperienced striker who's not scored many goals, I do wonder if we're going to rely on these 2 men in behind him. We've got Trossard on the bench if need be. Young Evan Ferguson, the 3rd striker. What an occasion it could be for him too to get on. But let's just hope. We're going to have to defend well. We're going to start balanced. We're going to be a little bit more cautious here. And I just hope it's enough to hold on to our lead. 1-0 up after the first leg. Getafe though, home advantage now. And the three crucial changes for us from the first leg see the return of Basuma and Dunk, which are massive, but also the loss of Karim Adeyemi, which could be even bigger. 4 changes for the host, Lionel Scaloni in charge there. But some really good players in the team, the likes of Kalmar, Elena, Maksimovic. It's quality throughout. So let's just get through the dressing room, encourage these boys. We're going to try and be balanced. We're going to try and be a bit more defensive and just hope it works out. Fingers crossed, we can hold on. Well, I'm rather pleased to report that it's been an absolutely woeful 28 minutes, which means the lads are following the game plan perfectly, and then, out of nowhere, I mean, you saw the build-up to it. I don't know what we're checking. It's definitely not offside. No, the fullback was playing him on, I'm pretty sure of that. Lamptey's throw-in just sort of swung into the box. Zakarian took away a man, McAllister at the back post, and we said with Adeyemi out, those two had to step in. And my word, has McAllister done it. Not been in the best form in recent months, but he's come back in the last few weeks. He's looked really good, and he's given us a great chance here, though Alina's at the other end. Another thing I hope they resolve for FM23 is 2 teams playing in blue, or blue v partial blue. I don't understand the kit clashes here. As Oliveira gets down the left towards the byline. Back to Yankto. Crosses blocked by Basuma. He's been everywhere this game so far. Picks it up in the right back position and plays out to Lamptey. Well composed, keeping possession well, and Zakarian can bring it clear. Up towards Hlozek. Can he hold it up? He does just that. Been caught though. Not quite the same as Adeyemi there. And he's back into midfield for Kalmar. Getafe looking a threat as Duro gets in. Oh, right on a stroke at half time. It's a fabulous finish too. 20 yards out. Smashes off the underside of the woodwork. My favourite type of goal. Keeper had no chance. We can't complain. And at the break, we're back where we started. So with that, let's go and talk to the lads. I mean, we've basically contained them to nothing. But the one chance they've had, even half a yard, they've produced an absolute screamer. We know they've got that quality at this stage of the competition. So we've got to prevent them getting another one. You can see Manchester United are flying, Ronaldo and Fernandes in great form, and Wolfsburg and Milan to form are going through. But we are 23 minutes away from joining them in a semi-final, which would be epic. To do that, we're going to take off Zakarian for Trossard. Another international coming on, which is great news. We're going to take Lamptey off for Kelvin. He's had a poor game. And Mepamaz as well. Should have stuck with Webster. Should have gone first choice. But now we can put it right. 23 minutes to hold on. A quarter of the game to go. Fingers crossed we can get over the line. Although Getafe are back in possession here. Playing out from the back and putting themselves under some unnecessary pressure. Out to Oliveira and Chima into midfield. Chip down the left. Good interception, Veltman. It's straight to Oliveira, who Kelvin's quick on the heels of. Unfortunately, they still get away. Kelvin wins it again, though, in the air this time. McAllister to Hlozek, back to Veltman. Good hold-up play, that, to Kelvin. Basuma, he's had a good game, to McAllister. Back to Basuma, chips in for Hlozek. Oh, is he onside? They're not checking it. Adam Hlozek has stepped up at the most important moment. From Kelvin's interception, some lovely football. And Basuma with a brilliant assist. He's deserved that more than anyone, because he's been brilliant. Son's got a throw in on the right to Maksimovic, and Berger's nicked it. Now they're chasing the game. Can we pick them off on the counter with Trossard? 25 yards out. The subs are making one hell of an impact. We've got some very good players on the bench today. And I'll be honest, I think we completely deserve this overall. Kelvin's picked up a knock. Maybe we've just brought him back slightly too early. Not going to take him off and leave us with 10. We've got 6 days till the FA Cup semi-final. Weirdly being played in midweek. So let's just see if we can survive it, though. Oliveira is in down that side. Cross to Maksimovic, heads just over. There's still a threat. We've got to be cautious. Though we've made it to the 88th minute unscathed. Veltman playing out from the back to Webster. On the night, this is brilliant. And if we can get even a minute or two further down the line, you'd think they're not going to score 2. But Kukureya's been caught, and it's a through ball down the right. Aaron Barry's got space to run into. It's back into midfield. They're keeping it nicely, but they're just looking for that opening. And there it is to Aitor. What a volley. It's just offside. You've got to say, though, our defensive shape looked excellent there. But there's still 4 minutes to be added on, and we're not quite into it. If they score here, this is going to be a very nervy finish. Levakovic, though, helping out, sweeping brilliantly, and rolls it out to Webster. He's looked assured since coming on. Finds Dunk. Webster again to Berger. Another good game for him in the middle. Kukureya to Trossard. Hlozek's in behind. Can he get a brace and make himself a star? No, he's forced wide and it's stolen from him. And you can see, despite his goal, He's actually had a pretty poor game. He's offered nothing in open play. And Aaron Barry's got in. 2 in the middle. Aitor's 1. And on the stroke of 90 minutes, it is 2-2 on the night. 1 goal to go for Getafe. And I'm afraid I'm going to have to do the dirty. Wing back on defend. Wing back on defend. And not even that. You are going into a back 5. I think we might even drop. I'm going to. Trossard to the left wing. McAllister to the right. I know they don't play there naturally, but just as wingers on support, just try and keep it nice and compact. Make sure we don't get caught out here. And in fact, Basuma can be a centre midfielder on support. And Veltman won't need to be a wide centre half anymore. This is about as defensive as we can go. Cautious. Time wasting all the time. Be more disciplined. You all know the drill by now. We might even pass a little bit longer so we don't get caught at the back. We're going to slow the pace down. We're going to hold our shape when we win the ball. What else can we do here? We can distribute to fullbacks if needed. Lower defensive line. Lower line of engagement. Prevent the short goalkeeper? No, they can have the ball back there. Let's get into 4 minutes of stoppage time. See if we can hold on in a thriller away in Spain. I think we've done it. We're into the 5th minute. Blow your whistle, referee. He does. And despite not looking convincing, we have got through to the Europa League semi-final. How on earth is this side delivering? What a performance. What a result. We'll find out who we're facing in a minute, and then we'll be back for the FA Cup semi-final. It's a very good start to the episode, and without Adeyemi, I didn't think that was possible. Well then, just in case there wasn't enough fixture congestion in May, which is why I'm so annoyed that the other stuff hadn't been done. The first leg of the semi-final is the 27th of April. It's going to cause absolute chaos, isn't it, with the schedule? 3 fixtures moved. And look, we've got a Tuesday, Thursday. So instead of this last week playing Thursday, Sunday, Thursday, we played Thursday, Thursday, had the Sunday game off. And then we're going to play Saturday. No, it's not even Saturday. It's Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday. I mean, that's pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. So I'm not sure that we're going to be able to do much with that. United, a stronger side, normally beat us anyway. Add to that the fact that we've now got, ridiculous fixture congestion. We can only at most rest the players for 4 days. That is absolutely scandalous. Why on earth did they cancel the game last weekend? Or the one this weekend for that matter. The FA Cup final was originally Sunday with a league game on Wednesday. That would have been fine. And now we've got this ridiculous situation going into May. It's not going to be a pretty finish, is it? Well, after another pointless week off ahead of chronic fixture congestion, we look at people who aren't going to make it. Adeyemi, Murder, not close. The other 2 wing-backs, probably substitutes at best. So let's go and pick our team. I doubt it will be changed at all. Maybe just Webster coming back in. And potentially, if I'm feeling generous, a change in goal. And here we go. We can't really take the risk with injury, given the fact we're playing 4 games a week at times now. The scheduling's been awful this season. But despite that, as it's the last of the times we've had virtually a week off this year, the changes are only Robert Sanchez in goal, the FA Cup and League Cup keeper, and Adam Webster, left centre-half, back in for Chris Mepham. The rest of the subs bench stays the same as well, so no changes to the 18 other than the keepers. Let's go and get into it. The FA Cup final against Leeds is surprisingly 4th v 6th, and despite us doing brilliantly in this save, Leeds could yet be the story of it. Let's go and get into the FA Cup semi-final, see who comes out on top in a Wednesday night at Wembley. And this strong Leeds United team contains the likes of Arana, Arthur and Pedro, all signings. There's a couple on the bench too. They've got youngsters, they've got stalwarts like Phillips, like Dallas, the likes. They are absolutely brilliant. Loads of changes for them. They've obviously rested a few in the league. So let's see how we get on today in the FA Cup semi-final. Please, let us defend 1 crown and have some fun at the end of this save. Well, so far, 18 minutes in, it's been one of our classic Wembley performances from FM22, making the game a bore fest and then trying to nick it by a goal. As that's awful! Robert Sanchez to the rescue. Lewis Dunk, the skipper and club legend, with an absolute howler back there. And he has got away with absolute murder, to be honest. Arthur will put the corner in. Has he got away with it? Headed away by Webster as far as Hlozek. Imagine we end up scoring from it. We don't. Harrison gets the tackle in. First big scare for Brighton. Little bit of over-aggression from Calvin Phillips in the first minute. He got a yellow very early on. But other than that, it's been a non-event. And Leeds, probably the better side. And here we are into the final 10 minutes of the half, back with Jack Harrison on the left wing, but intercepted by Zakarian. Veltman finds Sander Berger, one of the signings of the save, as we're caught in possession at the back again. This is so unlike us, and that might be a foul, is it? No. Basuma back to Sanchez, who clears long down the left, but it's aimless, and it's straight at Dallas. It was more a panic clearance, to be honest, as Dallas gets to the byline, completely unopposed, into Harrison, and he's hit the woodwork, over the bar, via the crossbar. We are very fortunate to be level, and at half-time we take it, a bit like that FA Cup final, and then maybe we can just nick one late on, or even do it on penalties. Let's get through the dressing room, let's tell the lads to prove a point. They can't do any worse than the first half. Well, no excitement, nearly 10 minutes into the second period, but according to the stats, we have now managed one shot on target, and we've got a great chance here with Flozek, through from next to nothing really. The cross is blocked, it's deflected for a goal kick. And if that's the best highlight we're going to get to see of us attacking, I think you know what sort of performance we've put in. Basuma to close down Harrison seems an odd one with him playing out wide. But we're back with Sanchez, playing out from a goal kick. Dunk finds Veltman and Lamptey. If we can get out, it's great. But we've been caught yet again. The high pressing Leeds side absolutely doing us here. They're catching us out hundreds and hundreds of times. It's been telegraphed as Lamptey wins it back for Zakarian. Basuma into McAllister. Sliding challenge, he beats it. Berger to Zakarian. Ball over the right to Lamptey. Got bundles of pace, but lays it into Hlozek. Can he be a hero? He can't. Takes it on early. It's straight at Meslier. And while he's palmed it over, it was comfortable enough. It's a corner kick, which will be taken by McAllister, though. 2 men at the back post. We know the usual suspects. Headed away as far as Aranya. Now they can counter. It's a 2-on-2. Leeds have gambled and left people forward. And we're struggling a little bit here to contain them. Aranya to the byline, into Rodrigo. Another 3 up in support already. Aranya will cross to the back post. Good save by Robert Sanchez. I tell you what, he's having an inspired game back there. Not the first choice keeper anymore, but we knew his heroics from last year's FA Cup final. He wants to be there again, the man, as Berger gets on the end of a cleared corner and hoofs it downfield to Hlozek. Definitely hanging on at this point, but changes are on the way. And I think on a rare occasion, we might have to ignore quality a bit and go for tired legs. Because in midfield, but then you've got nerves versus people who are confident. It's very hard to tell. I'm going to take Cucurella off for March, though, who's motivated. Zakarian, I'm going to replace with Pascal Gross, just because I think the set pieces might be crucial. And then Sander Berger, we've not really got a replacement for. So I'm going to take off Dunk. I know it's a weird one. Mepham will go left centre half, Webster in the middle. He's been awful, Dunk, and he's nervous, so let's get him off the pitch. 3 changes made. I don't think we get any more in the second season. So let's encourage the boys. It's still 0-0, and that means we're still in the game. And although we've strengthened on the stats a bit, I think extra time is inevitable here. Not quite the same as the West Ham one last year where we won, 4-3 in the end, I think it was. We're going to keep working hard. We're going to get an extra sub. And it's either McAllister or one of the centre mids or Lamptey. I think we're going to go for McAllister. I know he's one of our best players, probably our biggest goal threat on the pitch. But Trossard, he is a very good player. He's an international footballer and he's fresh. And that could be a big difference here. And we're going straight from the kick-off in extra time as Leeds keep possession in midfield. They've improved their squad depth as well. There's a reason they're 4th in the league. They had a good first season and they've improved on it as well. As Sanchez gets the ball at the back to Mepham and Sander Berger. Plays a 1-2 with Webster and finds Basuma. We're not really going anywhere. We just seem to be waiting to be caught out. I guess with Leeds tiring, maybe they won't press us high. Gives us a chance to play our game a bit more. As Solly March is brought down. That's a horrible tackle. Luke Ayling. Got to go. The referee doesn't bottle it. Fair play. And in the FA Cup semi-final, it's now 11v10. We're going to go positive. We're going to impose our game plan as Pascal Gross puts a free kick in. We brought him on exactly for that, as it's worked back out to Trossard on the right. Veltman back to him again. Leandro Trossard with a shot. Tipped onto the bar by Meslier. It's stunning goalkeeping. I mean, we know how good he is. We had him at United in the head coach this year, but Trossard's in again. What's going to happen this time? Back to Gross. Blocked as far as Trossard, left side of the box. Gross for a 3rd time. Sander Berger. Shots blocked by last-ditch defending. Basuma. Back wide to Lamptey. And it's eventually petered out. But it is all Brighton since the red card and since the start of extra time. Leeds can't get out their half as Webster finds Basuma. Up to Gross. He finds Basuma again through to Adam Hlozek. Good save Meslier. He's a one-man team. At the moment, he's doing enough. as Pascal Gross puts the corner up to the back post. Sander Berge can't get there, keeps it in on the left. Found Mepham, but it was cleared downfield. Unfortunately, Leeds are holding on. And as we head into the second half of extra time, we've got a throw by the corner Flanders. Gross back to Basuma, blocked to Trossard. He's just missed an open goal from a yard. Oh my word, Leandro Trossard. How on earth have you managed to miss that? Rodrigo brings it away. And sometimes you might just have to reflect on the fact that it's not your day. We've got no legs left in central midfield. And going forward, the fresh legs of Trossard have made crucial mistakes there. Though Gross has put in Lozek in behind. He's got a chance one-on-one. Oh, Meslier again. Unbelievable goalkeeping. And if we get to penalties, who knows how we get one past him. He's been phenomenal. We've known how good he is. But this is ridiculous as the corner's headed away. Leeds are defending valiantly. And to be honest, from a neutral point of view, they almost deserve to get to the shootout. Without Adeyemi, without some of our stars, what level of penalty takers are we going to have on? Are we going to find out? We've got one last chance. In the 1 minute of added on time. Pascal Gross goes right to Lamptey. 4 in the middle. 5 in the box now. Lamptey back to Lozek. 121st minute. And we're going to VAR. Can't be offside. Lamptey's the only one who might have been. Lozek, the ball went backwards. Please let it stand. Oh, it does. What a moment. What relief. And we've made the FA Cup final. We're going to fall away in the league. We know that for sure. But what a way to finish that is. Leeds 0, Brighton 1 after extra time. And our new young wonder kid, he's stepping up to the plate. But he left it late to do so. Let's have a look at the schedule for when we're next going to be back. Fitting that Robert Sanchez gets man of the match for us. It was a tale of two brilliant goalkeepers in truth. Liverpool will be our opponents in the final. And it's not at the end of the season. So rather frustratingly, we're probably going to come back for Manchester United away. I feel like I have to show the second leg of the European semi-final. The only reason I'll leave it is if we get battered in the first leg or we batter them and we're guaranteed to go through. If there's anything on the tie, I'll show it. And then Thursday will have to be the end of the series in case of the beta. So for that, it will be the FA Cup final. And in either Tottenham or the Europa League final. We'll wait and see which. But if you did enjoy that one, a hell of a dramatic finish. And in fact, 2 dramatic games in 4. Then please do put a thumbs up on the video, subscribe for daily Football Manager content. You can find my FM23 save plans up in the eye above, as well as loads of save ideas. Our latest one are top 3 EFL challenges for FM23. But thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it as always. And I'll see you tomorrow as we edge to a big finish in this Brighton and Hove Albion save. I'll see you there.